Hi there guys, and welcome to the quick demonstration video of the News Impact DataFlash tool that is a replacement for the Forex News Gun, which unfortunately has ceased working over the past probably couple of months. It was always temperamental, but over the last couple of months it just hasn't been updating, so we haven't been able to use what was a pretty good tool. So what I've been doing over the past few weeks is testing a number of different tools, and for us the one that we are demonstrating now is by far the best option of a number of different tools. It's essentially giving us the same functionality as the Forex News Gun, but it is far superior. And the thing that we like most about it is it's very, very visual, as you'll see in due course when we just do a test drive, so to speak, when we get the next piece of news in around about 10 minutes. It's also very, very fast in terms of the data. It's slightly faster than the FX Pro Squawk, so we'll give you that faster execution in terms of your trays. Now, the only downside is that there is a $10 per month charge, but we feel that based on what you're getting, that's still incredible value. And if it does improve your execution by 3-4 pips each trade, that's going to more than pay for the service over the coming weeks and months. As you'll see in the next lecture, you've got all the instructions there, the link on where to find it and how to get set up. You'll also note that you get a 2-week free trial as well, so you get to try before you buy and get to test it out before you commit to it. It's also web-based, so no real issues with downloads or any server connection issues that we had with the FNG. So all we say is go and have a play around with it over the next couple of weeks, and if you enjoy it and find there's good value in it, like we have done over the past few weeks, then get it all set up for yourself. What I'm going to do now is just pause the video and come back closer to the time, because the news is out in around about 10 minutes, closer to the time, and then we can just show you how it all comes together and how we set it up prior to the release of a news event. Okay guys, so welcome back. We're just a few minutes away from this upcoming data, so I just want to talk you through how to get yourselves set up in advance of high impact news coming out. This isn't high impact news, it's Michigan consumer sentiment. It's not a massive market moving event, but it's perfect for the purpose of a demonstration video. So when you've signed up for your account, you'll get brought through to this page here, which is the data flash. This is just one way of displaying the data. We prefer this active trader because it gives
Michigan preliminary sentiment due at the top of the hour.
It gives you a nice visual view. If the data comes in higher than expected, you get a nice blue column, and if it comes in worse than expected, a nice red column. So it gives you an instant visual indication of whether the data comes in worse or better, and that's particularly useful if you've got a number of different events coming out at the same time. So let's say we want to see 2 or 3 different items all come in better than expected. If we see a sea of blue, then that immediately says it all comes in better, and vice versa. If we want them all to come in worse, we want to see a sea of red. We know that trading mixed data is always difficult to do, so if we see a mix of red and blue, we know the data's come in mixed, and it can immediately tell us that we should be best sidestepping the data. What you'll have also noticed is you can, this top right here, you can get your
This is a sound test.
your audio turned on or off, but it's quite useful because it will give you the warnings normally a minute before and around about 10 seconds before, so that's useful as well. You can turn that off if it's annoying. The other tabs that you get are the calendar, which just gives you a calendar of
1
the
minute
events.
before the release. Stand by.
You can get that from Forex Factory. And some headlines here which come from Forex Live, which you're going to be monitoring anyway. You can also look back at recent events to see how other data has come in. So as you can see here, the earlier US data was quite mixed. We had a better figure on the jobless claims and worse data on the PPI data. So that shows us that the US data a little bit earlier was quite mixed, and it gives you that view very, very quickly. In terms of getting yourself set up, because we're around about 30 seconds away, what I like
This is
to
a
do
sound test.
is just minimize this particular element here. So as you can see here, I can now have the data on top of my charts like we did with the Forex News Gun, and we can be ready to pull the trigger on any trades depending on the data that comes out. We're not looking to trade this particular data, but we just wanted to show
10
you
seconds
the
before the
process
release,
that
stand by.
we go through. So as we can see, you get a nice tick down. The clock goes red as well, so we can see in a few seconds that the data, as we can see there, all of this
USU
data is
Michigan sentiment
pretty
prelim
good
98.0 versus 96.5.
across the board. And
University of
noticed,
Michigan April Pro sentiment 98 versus 96.6 expected.
This is a sound test.
And you'll have noticed that we got the data very, very quick. So it was around about 3
USU
or 4
Michigan
seconds.
1 year inf prelim 2.5%.
3 or 4 seconds after the actual time of release. So a few seconds quicker than the
USU
FX
Michigan
squawk.
5-year inf prelim 2.4%.
And the squawk is, I still should end on that point. The squawk is still a free
consumer
available
sentiment
tool to you.
98.0, exp 96.5, last 96.9.
So if you don't want the $10 per month charge, then you can still use the FX Pro Squawk, who will deliver you the information fairly quickly as well, but it's normally a few seconds after the data that we get here, and that can make the difference of a few pips, which will add up over the course of a 12-month trading period. So hope this video helps just to talk you through getting yourself set up. We have put a PDF document in the next lecture which talks you through the steps, how to find the actual link, how to set up your account, and how to get yourself set up. But hopefully this video gives you a nice visual view of how you can use this tool to your advantage, which those students that we've sent it through to already have found it's been very, very useful, and more than a useful replacement for the FNG, which sadly seems to have stopped working in recent months.